Bam! Here we are with the very first episode of Go Ahead and Ask. One of the biggest questions that was sent to my inbox because it was pretty much being viral. It was all over the news. And it was basically people were asking me, hey, how do you feel about what's been going on at the beach with all these spring breakers? And I kind of, I guess I expected the question to come because I know as Miamians, we're all a little weird about seeing that, and I'm definitely not, I'm not the one to fuel it, and you'll see where I'm getting at with this, but I'm not your typical Miamian to fuel bullshit, and I know that that is not us. What we've been seeing on the news, those fights, the people running out on the tab and getting tackled, the two waiters doing the tackling, yeah, that represents Miami. Props to y'all dudes, man. Big props to y'all. I like that. A little extra. Motherfucker, you can get hurt during that. If it comes out of your pocket, I get it. If the company can cover it, then that's different. But hey, nonetheless, mighty ballsy, and I like how you guys did that. But all that bullshit that we've been seeing on the news, and the spring breakers and what they've been doing to our city, it's bothersome, man. Yeah, it's bothersome, of course. If you fucking like your front lawn, you don't want somebody's dog shit on there. If you take care of your car, you don't want somebody to bump it, scratch it, things of that nature. So if you're loyal and patriotic and loving of your city, of your terrain, then yeah, it's gonna bug you. You don't want to see that. So I'm with that. But I also know that that's just it's not a representation of us. That's not that. What we saw is 95% not us. I don't know. None of us will know the accurate assessment of how many people in those crowds of craziness that was going on were from Miami. I don't know. That's a hard one to call, but I think most of you guys will agree with me that 90 to 95% of them were not from Miami. And the ones who were there, they're about that life. They like that nonsense. Maybe they had people come into town and they were supposed to meet them there. Things of that nature. Hey, understandable to an extent. It's not my party, but the rest of them, the majority of them, that's not Miami. That's not Miami. And I was happy to see somebody who posted something on Instagram. It was comical, but it was actual truthful too. And it's we don't even go to the beach, man. The majority of us don't go to the beach like that, not at night, not to go party or get drinks or all that. When you guys see anybody at the beach, anybody watching this video, when y'all see people at the beach, South Beach, Ocean Drive, eating at those little restaurants and all that stuff, 9 times out of 10, those are out-of-towners, foreigners. Those are. It's got nothing to do with your typical Miamian. If they live on the beach, maybe they live in Miami Beach, and they know what restaurants to go to and at what time. But during spring break and things of that nature, if you're from Miami, the fuck out of here. That's the last place you want to be at. This is something that's been going on for a long time. And for those of you who don't know, the popularity of Miami, obviously the celebrities and the musical stars, they help blow it up a lot. But there was a lot of festivals going on down here. A lot of different concerts. You have the Winter Conference, music festival, Ultra, which a lot of you guys know of. You had a couple of different ones. You had big pool parties during certain times of the year, summer pool parties that are really known, where they also have ultra parties there with big DJs. You used to have a hip hop concert that was a 3-day, expanded to 3 days. It was the How Can I Be Down concert, and it was a 3-day thing. And all that transitioned into Labor Day celebrations, Memorial Weekend celebrations. It was almost like if there was going to be a long weekend, a lot of out-of-towners were coming over here to do what they do. And we've been used to that. Miami has been used to it, and a lot of us have adjusted. When you guys go over there and do whatever you do at the beach or wherever it is you might do, we either stay put or we go different places. We got Doral, Wynwood, Brickell, Midtown, downtown. Might even go all the way down to the Keys. Might take a drive to Fort Lauderdale. But the truth is, when we know there's bullshit floating around, we don't go nowhere near that. We all know, guys, this is Miami. We're a ginormous city in population, not in area. And we're a trend-sending city. And we're a transit city. Everybody's coming in and out of our city all the time. They all want to come see what it's about. They think they want to live it. They tried to live it, then they realize how expensive we are, and they couldn't get their feet wet quick enough, and then they leave. And they leave sour and bitter, or they think that we're a certain way because they weren't able to adapt to how we are. I mean, we have plenty of downfalls, and superficial ways over here because of certain people, but that's anywhere. You go anywhere, every city has its dumbass. Every race has its misrepresenter. Every gender has someone who makes them look bad the way they handle something. You know what I mean? So this is unavoidable. But when the numbers are bigger, you're gonna have more incidences. So right away, the fact that we're such much bigger in population and popularity, we're gonna have issues. But we've gotten a lot better, and true Miamians know that we've gotten a lot better. And there's been less violence, and then if there is violence or anything chaotic, it's typically in your same settings of, some ghetto ass bullshit, some ratchet ass bullshit. It's not, yeah, you can always have a drunk person or somebody on some drugs or somebody caught somebody's ex and something sparked off somewhere and it gets to a little bit ugliness. And once you see it on film and it goes viral, now, oh, that happened in Miami. Yeah, okay, cool, whatever. Happens anywhere. Yeah, maybe we got a couple more than the rest of you people. Who knows? But that shit you seen in Miami Beach, the shit that you've been seeing for spring break. I mean, I literally have a homegirl who eventually came. She came. She had planned a trip from California. First time to Miami in a long time. First time to get away from her son. Been a rough season. She's a teacher, special needs teacher, and everything else. And anyways, I felt like I was a fucking, guidance counselor to travel. I was a travel agent, because she's hitting me up every goddamn day and she's sending me the same post that we're all seeing on a consistent basis. Guys, listen, let me, this isn't sidetracking. This is some real ass shit. You guys need to apply this as often as possible. Like every day, all the fucking time. The mother of all teachings, I say this as a mixed martial arts coach, personal trainer. I believe it as somebody trying to give anybody advice on life. The best way to learn something, the mother of all teachings, is repetition. Okay? Do it 1,000 fucking times and you're gonna get it. Continue saying it and you're gonna be able to vocalize it the right way. Practice it and you're not gonna, you're gonna get the closest you can to being an expert at it. But it's all through reps. Reps. So the same shit applies when you see something all the fucking time, all the time. Hence, why you have people who unfortunately saw some negative things growing up, without going into details. Something that their parents went through, husband on the wife, wife on the, who knows, mistreatment of somebody, whatever. And they swear, they acknowledge it. They acknowledge that's wrong. That's wrong. Mommy shouldn't be hit like that or talked to like that or mistreated like that. And yet, and they tell themselves, I will never put up with that. I know better. There's no way I'm going to put up with that. But they have no idea that they saw it so many times. There were so many repetitions that now it's engraved in their head. And if they don't acknowledge it or realize that this is embedded, because of the amount of repetitions, he didn't claim it, he didn't vocalize it, she didn't say it enough times, I'm not gonna be like that, I'm not gonna be like that, compared to the amount of times that he or she witnessed what occurred in their upbringing. So therefore you think you're gonna change it, but the reps are what count. And now this individual, in some weird twist of fate in the future, married or whatever it is down the line, finds himself in the same situation that they refuse to think they were ever going to be in, like their mother or father, after witnessing it. You understand what I'm saying? So the reason I bring that up and I use that level of intensity of an example is because, you guys, those of you who continue watching all this negativity, you know who the fuck you are. It's a lot of you. I'm not trying to pull myself out of the basket like I'm special, but I definitely make valiant efforts. And if you don't, then you got to fucking own it. You're part of that 85% pool. So if you're always watching this shit, media, news, following certain people on social media, then reposting, then conversing with your friends about the same thing, count all those repetitions. You saw it on multiple news channels several times in one day because you look at the news morning, midday, and evening. So that's about 10, 15 reps right there while at work or with your friends or whoever, lunch break, who cares? You spoke about it and you went into details about it. Then when you get on social media throughout the whole day, much less more so in the evening, you see everybody else post about it and everybody else is leaving their comments and now you want to leave a comment. You understand what I'm getting at? This is all repetition. You are part of the problem. You are making it worse on yourself. I'm not going to say on others, though it could apply at times, but you're definitely making it worse on yourself. So the reason I tell you this is, okay, as Miamians, we should know that's not us. If you're a true Miami and you've been here long enough, you're born and raised here, you know that bullshit you see on the news of all those fights and everything that happened, that's not us. Since you do know that, I think it's your obligation to don't double tap that, because you're saying it's okay to put on this negativity and you're fueling this and you're telling these websites that you follow, these people that you follow, you're telling them, hey man, I love when you put negative shit. I love when there's some crazy fight, even though I know I got 4 homegirls who are gonna post the same thing because they all follow you and they follow it. You liking it, you double tapping, you commenting, you're part of the problem. And you're not helping yourself out either. So when I got asked this question, I remember I was like, here we go, I knew it was coming. And the reason I'm like that is just because it didn't faze me at all like it did a lot of you guys. It didn't. I quickly brushed it off like, man, that's not us. But you know what? That's media being media. And I personally fucking despise the media. That's your number one enemy. And because, sorry to say, but your little nosy ass want to be all up in the business and you want to hear every fucking version of it, they get you. And then you become part of the problem. So I'm not double tapping on that shit. And when I see that video, I flip right on. I saw it once or twice. That was it. Why do I need to see it again? I'm a true believer that every time I see it, it's only going to feed negativity in me. Now I can remember the image more. Now I can remember vividly of who ran what way, what punch was thrown, slammed, whatever, I don't want that in my memory bank. I want positivity in my memory bank. I want grind, I want hustle, I want to inspire, I want to think creatively and think about different things where I can make myself better or bring prosperity in some shape or form. I don't need nothing dumbing me down, man. I don't need nothing dumbing me down. And neither should any of you. So back to the question, what did I think? I think it was a misrepresentation of us. That's not us. Who do I think's at fault? Not those fucking idiots. Those idiots are going to be idiots no matter where they go. No matter where they go, period. That's what they do. Let's go on vacation. Let's wild out. Take this drug, get this drunk, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? You can't hang around shit and not expect to attract flies. When you got a bunch of shitty ass people in one big ass area, you're going to attract flies. Something bad's going to happen. Something bad's going to happen. So, if you entertain that, you're not so much the problem, but you're signing off on it, which is typically the same thing. You're part of the problem, and that carries on to us. So how do I feel about it? I blew it off. And I didn't care to entertain it no more. And I try never to talk about it with my friends, anybody. Most of my friends don't bring it up, but I've had people hit me up. People hit me up all the time about the podcast, about talking about different topics, or they telling me, entertain this, or they just want my take. Hence why we're here with this series right now, because people were always DMing me and I felt, hey, let me make a series out of this. Let me make a vlog series out of it. But by the way, guys, please correct me if I'm misusing this. I don't know to consider this a vlog series, blog series with the B or V, or being a podcast of some shape or form, because I'm not thinking that this is a podcast. So how about you guys interact with me a little bit and tell me what you would consider this new series that I'm doing. But anyhow, thank you for the question. My whole point is to you guys who are posting shit, I know you're going to wipe your ass with this, and I don't mean you guys individually. I mean the websites, the pages, that do this. And I'm not trying to say names because I don't want to call them out. But, if you really love our city, okay, from all the way to our state, stop being part of the problem and posting all this shit. I know it gets you traction to your webpage and all that shit, but you should really think twice about where's your heart at. Are you really part of the city? Because if you are, you're also part of the problem. If you're part of our city and you don't want to be part of the problem, how about you minimize posting all that bullshit so that you don't cause the domino effect of people reposting it, because that's what you're doing, which right away you become part of the problem. Other than that, I just want to tell you guys out there, don't become part of the problem. Don't fuel it. Don't double tap it. Don't keep watching it. Don't repost it, and don't even talk about it with your friends. You know, if anything, tell your friends, hey, you know what? I was watching this dude, man. He was talking some shit, and I kind of like what he was saying, and you know, I'm trying to take in more positive than negative, so I really don't feel like entertaining that negative conversation there. Try that with your friends, and let's see where that goes. Appreciate you guys.